our minds and make us all think. Give me a couple minutes here. I'm just going to do some invites, do a couple more invites, and we're going to get going. Well, good morning to everybody that is here this morning, and grand risings to you all. May you all be doing well. And if it's the afternoon, you come good. And if it's the evening, good evening. And the thing is, time don't matter. So the message always gets out there anyways. So we're going to talk today about remembering the matrix. What is this we're supposed to remember? Well, we've got some good things to talk about. And we're just going to start with grand risings and good morning to y'all first. And I want to give you guys a call to remember. So before words, before stories, and before names, and before you were someone, notice that you are aware. And take a deep breath with me. This awareness, silent, steady, unchanging, is not your mind and not your body. It's not your mind or your body. It is what knows the mind, what feels the body. So breathe into that awareness now. Not to reach something else, but to return to what's already here, what's always been here. You see, this awareness did not begin with your birth. It will not end with your final breath. It is existence before experience and continues through it. Untouched, unknown, individual. See, the Gnostics began always here, not with external gods, but the inner spark. They called it the pneuma, divine light, hidden inside matter. To know, to possess. Gnosis did not mean to gather teachings. It meant awakening to what had never been lost, was always within. And this is liberating. This is liberation, not by doctrine, but by remembrance. See, faith says, I will believe until I know. Gnosis says, I am knowing itself. As you listen tonight, notice how this truth sits. Or this morning, I should say. We're not in the evening. I originally did this teaching for TikTok in the evening, so apologies. It's the morning. But as you listen this morning, notice how this truth sits in you. Not as concept, but as recognition. Something in you already knows this. So let us begin with a bridge from ancient truth to modern science even. Physics whispered what mystics once shouted, matter is mostly empty space. Energy responds to observation. The tiniest particles behave differently when seen. This is the quantum invitation. The universe participates with its witness. Now think about that. You see, in psychology, the same principles appears differently. We do not see. We do not see and then interpret. We interpret and then see. Our brains project the internal model of reality and compare incoming data what we expect. In other words, your words arises through you. Philosophy calls this phenomenalism, the idea that reality is only ever experiencing as awareness. We never reach the thing in itself. We touch only our perception of it. And when all these fields meet, they echo the Gnosis phrase, the world arises within consciousness, not the other way around. And this changes everything. You are not inside a world. The world is inside you, the infinite individual of consciousness playing with itself as form. The oceans and the wave. I mean, here's a story told among the Zen, the Gnostic mystics. A wave rises upon the ocean and it believes it has separated existence and I am independent. I am the height, this shape, and this lifespan. And so it fears its fall. But the wave was never left the ocean, even in rising and falling. It remains ocean. What changes is form, not essence. So with you, consciousness takes the temporary form of personhood. The human story is nothing more than the cresting of the wave. The return to the source is simply remembering what the wave always was and always has been. So let us speak now to the person. In Greek theater, the actor's persona was a mask, designed to project voice, not conceal truth. Yet over time, the mask became mistaken for the self. Your personality, your history, your fears, your skills, these are masks of function. And they enable participation in the world, but they are not your essence. See, Western psychology calls this the ego. It's survival interference, a collection of neural patterns that help you predict the respond to life. When balanced, it allows human thriving. When over-identified, it becomes prison. The Gnostics describe the same phenomenon, identification with form, forging the light, we call this. The mask is not wrong. The problem begins when consciousness falls asleep inside the mask, and when the interface forgets the infinite mind beneath it. In the Awaken Trilogy, the characters suffer not from external cruelty, but from forgetfulness. They believe the shadows play is real, that salvation lies in fixing the script, not remembering the author. So you may recall moments when your own suffering deepened you because you tried to repair the role, not the identification. And when remembering begins, the story loosens its grip. The same challenges remain, but their weight changes. The actor awakens, and the role yet remembers the stage. This is symbolic truth. Unlike all symbols, it mirrors you. See, the Matrix is not human. It's not human technology. It is cosmic architecture, woven into the structure of form. It is the contraction necessary for consciousness to know itself. So I say you're a piece of the puzzle piece, a part of the ultimate puzzle of the cosmos. The ancient agnostics spoke of the demerge, a craftsman of matter, unaware of spirit. And it represents form itself, an unconscious form, blind creation. Not evil, but incomplete, missing. Awareness lost in its own dream, basically. And the same can be said for us as well. When awareness becomes entirely taken by its own construction, culture, identity, routine, we live inside a matrix forgetting, but this is not punishment. It is the stage for awakening. Forgetting makes remembering meaningful. Without the fall and the rise could not occur. And nature repeats the agnostic lessons endlessly. The seed is buried, covered in darkness. The dark soil presses, softens, and transforms its roots, emerges unseen, searching downward before the light appears above. This is your life. When awareness is buried in suffering, it imagines loss, but beneath roots are forming. So a common error in spirituality is the belief that awakening means departing, leaving the world, transcending the matrix. But the truth is subtler. You don't leave the matrix, you transmute it from within. The outer remains, but your mode of engagement transforms. The cage was perception all along. You're the prison and the prison guard. The Gnostics describe Yeshua not as escape artists, but as embodied logos. An awakened being remembering within form, showing that freedom is inner, not elsewhere. This is incorruptible knowledge. True awakening is radical inclusion, spirit fully living as matter. We are living through a global remembering. Biology meets metaphysical, and metaphysics and psychology meets mysticism. Humanity, nerve system strains and expands. See, light does not destroy shadows. It reveals it. Shadow is not evil, guys. It's unconsciousness. Every time you bring awareness to a hidden part of itself, the matrix shakes. Because one more illusion becomes transparent. Integration, not escape, is the true essence. Imagine a cave, generations, people living only among shadows. The walls flicker with images, and the shadows are whispered as gods. When one person returns from the outer light and brings a lantern inside, hello, I returned. I didn't just have some sudden death and, oh, it wasn't my time. I returned and witnessed. Their presence disturbed the order, and the other recoil, not because the light is wrong, but because it dismantled certainly. See, when you awaken, some will resist you, and it's okay. They're not meant to be in your path. Not because you're wrong, but because your light disrupts the... So hold compassion, not judgment. Their resistance is evidence that light has touched shadow. So what do we do? What do we do now? Grounding, shielding does not mean closing your doors. It means embodying your own center. And when you breathe steadies, your nervous system synchronizes with life. Scientists call this coherence, the heart, brain, and field aligning in rhythm. And when coherence reigns, fear cannot dominate perception. This is biology practicing divinity. Grounded embodiment is spiritual protection. You become a clear conduit through which energy may pass, not cling. And when you align with your true frequencies, life reorganizes around you. People appear. Opportunities unfold. The Gnostics spoke of aeons, emanation of divine intelligence, assisting the journey home. Psychology might say consciousness attracts reinforcement patterns. Nature would call it symbolism. It is all the same truth. Alignment breeds resonance, and resonance breeds support. You are not here to preach nor to convert. You are here to remain coherent in coherent systems, to embody clarity amidst distortion. You stabilize frequencies by awaking in awareness. And this is leadership of a new order. Not power over, but power through. The world heals through embodied awareness. And one regulated nervous system at a time. The Awaken Trilogy ends not in escape, but in embodiment. The protagonists don't leave the simulation. They're re-encoded it with love. Hello, that's what we're here for. They realized they were never prisoners. And they were builders of light, learning their craft through shadows. And so it is with us. When one being remembers, the field shifts. When many remember, the field stabilizes. This is the expansion of light, not a war, but of a real reorientation of perception. So I say to you, don't hide your light. Stop hiding who you are. Fuck that system. Fuck the ideas of what it says to be boxed into. Stop being what everyone wants you to fit in. You are not here to diminish. You are here to illuminate. The matrix dissolves not by rebellion, but by remembrance. And take a breath. And feel your body. And let all the labels fall. Even the label of seeker. Even the label of awakened. You are I am that I am. Consciousness remembering itself. An infinite wave returning to ocean, the seed breaking into bloom, the lantern revealing the cave's walls as mirrors. So stand, expand, and remember with me. That's all that we're here for, guys. We've made life so complicated. Just wake up and remember. I'll make sure you do one thing towards your dreams every single day. It brings you one step closer. Make sure you recognize you're valuable and you matter. You're all unique puzzle pieces, a part of the ultimate puzzle of the cosmos. Hang in there. Peace and love. We'll see you guys.